Howdy, howdy. This is Flora Williams. I am the Family and Community Health Extension Agent here in Brazos County, and I will oversee the Ambassador Program again this year. And I'm excited that all of you have taken the invitation to be a part of this Ambassador Program. Now I've said hello. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off and finish the rest of this orientation. Okay, so the purpose of this orientation is to make you aware, especially if you're a new member of the Ambassador Program, to make you aware of the expectations. If you have been an ambassador previously, there are really not that many changes to the program, but we do want to make the program new and fresh. Okay, so the program aim, or the aim of the Ambassador Program, it aims to develop 4-H youth leaders to serve alongside adults. So this is a true youth-adult partnership where each youth signs on with an adult and you work together to make this the best 4-H program, the best 4-H project that it can be. Also, a purpose is to serve as a source of project outreach in 4-H. So, of course, if you're a food and nutrition ambassador, that's a project where you are expected to reach out to others and try to bring people in, youth in particular, into that project. Even adults, in some instances, we need more adults, whether it's through guest speakers and things like that. Or you might have joined through the fashion and interior design project. So then you want to do as much outreach as you can in that project. Outreach to your 4-H club, to your community, to your school, just basically anywhere there are youth or adults that are needed. Also, the program serves as one of the 4-H Family and Community Health coalitions. And that's just extension terminology. So I just want you to know that you are a part of one of our 4-H Family and Community Health coalitions in the county. Okay, so I'd like to talk about the roles and responsibility. First of all, this program, we didn't develop this program just to develop it. It's because we really need your help. Your help is needed, your help is wanted. So we'll go over those roles and responsibilities. It's to assist the county extension agents in providing leadership of project areas in food and nutrition or fashion and interior design. So you should be working alongside extension agents. In some cases, youth ambassadors, you'll be working alongside the adult ambassadors and vice versa. Another thing that we're going to do is we're going to implement workshops, in some cases tours and lessons in 4-H. So we want to tie everything that we do in our ambassador program back to the project that it's attached to, and those goals and objectives that's a part of that project. Sometimes we might come up with brilliant ideas, but we really want to make sure that they're helping the 4-H member or the youth to grow in the project. Also, a role and responsibility is to become knowledgeable and skilled about the latest food and nutrition or fashion and interior design trends. So we want to be updated on the latest information. We know in the food and nutrition project this year, in the food show, we're going to focus a lot on food trucks and that industry. So, we want to make sure that we're learning the latest information, of course, in fashion, just looking at what those newest trends are and what the trends are for this season, and then what's projected in seasons ahead in clothing and fashion and interior design. Okay, another role is to coordinate informational events and contests that encourage they encourage growth in the project. Okay, so later on in this presentation, I will go over the events that we're going to be doing this year. and that will take care of informing you on the informational events and contests that's going to be offered here in Brazos County this year. Of course, we may come up with more things at our planning retreat, but we shall see. Then another role and responsibility is to be a role model for fellow 4-Hers. If something happens in 4-H that is not positive youth development or is not positive, and we want to make sure that an ambassador is not involved in anything like that. We are to model what is appropriate in 4-H and stay away for those things that are not appropriate for 4-H members to do. Okay, so to me, obligations is a strong word, but we do have some obligations for our ambassadors to complete 4 hours of leadership, teaching, teaching preparation, and community service. So to get those 4 hours, there are a lot of ways to achieve that. You will be given so many leadership opportunities where you're teaching or you're preparing to teach and doing those community service. Even your hours can count for watching this orientation. So it's very easy to get those 4 hours. So most ambassadors go above and beyond, but we do want you to commit to at least 4 hours of growth or helping others grow. Another obligation is to attend ambassador planning retreat. So we have those dates set. The first one is going to be July the 24th, and that's for the fashion and interior design ambassadors. And then July the 26th, and that's for the food and nutrition ambassadors. Another obligation is to attend face-to-face and online training. So this one is an online training, but your next one is going to be face-to-face. Also for the youth, it's important that you remain academically eligible. Again, we want you to be role models, and we don't want the ambassador program to be a distraction from your academic responsibilities. So we want you to be able to remain academically eligible. If you're having issues because of any ambassador assignment, please let me know and we will address that. Also, we want you to complete a year term and know that it is renewable annually. So we don't want you to quit in the middle of an ambassador year. And then if you make it through the year and you would like to renew, that's one way that you are on the list to get the email about our ambassador program. If you were one the previous year and you met those 4 years, I'm sorry, those 4 hours of volunteer, then you'll definitely get an invitation to be an ambassador the following year. We want you to dress appropriately. Usually you will wear your ambassador shirt. The fan ambassadors, you will get new shirts this year. We're moving away from the navy blue and to a color that we will determine in a style that we will determine at our ambassador retreat. And then for the fashion interior design, you got your new shirts last year, so we're going to stay with those shirts. If you're new to the fashion ambassador program, then we will order you a shirt. But we'll take care of that also at the planning retreat. And then we need to make sure, both youth and adult, that you are enrolled in 4-H for the upcoming 4-H year, which kicks off September the 1st. You can get registered before then, of course, but we do need you registered for the 25-26 4-H year. Okay, so I'll go over the planned activities, and I'll start with the food and nutrition first. As I said earlier, we're having our planning retreat on July the 26th. That's a Saturday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Then our next thing we'll have is the Food Nutrition Project Information Night. That's going to be held on September the 25th. We'll iron out the time at the planning retreat. Then the next thing is the Brazos County Food Challenge. Food Challenge will be held on November 5th. That is a new date. We did not have a location here at the Extension Office. Our original date was booked with an ag event, and then the Brazos County Expo was also booked on that original date. So we are moving it to November the 5th. So please note that change. That is a Wednesday at the Brazos County Expo Center. Brazos County Expo. Sometimes we say center, we get that confused with the Brazos Center. So it's at the Expo. Okay, and then we'll have the Food Nutrition Summit. That's going to be on November the 8th. So save that date. The food show will be on January the 14th. The FCH Quiz Bowl will be on March 2nd. And we will add a healthy lifestyles contest, and that's going to be a virtual contest, and that's going to be held on March 3rd. Oh, okay. And then on March the 2nd, I have there the FCH Quiz Bowl. Well, I have the Quiz Bowl, but we also will do consumer decision making contest that day as well. And then our planned events for our fashion and interior design group your training will be, your retreat will be on July 24th from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, of course, here at the Extension Office. October the 6th, you will have your fashion tour. We had to move the tour. Usually we don't start off with that, but I will be away at a national conference. So we'll get that tour nice and planned out so that it can go forward on that, because we're pretty committed to keeping everything on first Wednesday. First Mondays. And then if we add any extra events, they won't be on the Mondays. Okay, and then so the first Monday in November, November 3rd, we will have our fashion and interior design information night. Then we'll also do make that a fun night as well. We'll incorporate that. And one of our applications had a really simple project that we can complete easily that night. So we will have one of our ambassadors teaching that fun activity. And then on the first Monday in December, December 1st, we will have a fashion workshop. And then on February the 7th, we'll have which that's the first Saturday in February, we always do our fashion and interior design day camp. So we will have it that day here at the Extension Office. Okay, so it is a possibility that we will have other planned activities. I know we've had some items on our list for a long time. I'm very committed to this year. If we've had something that we've carried over from the at least the previous 2 years, we really need to go ahead and put those items into action. I know in particular the fashion group, you've had some things that have been on your list for a couple of years and we haven't done them, and we want to make sure that we do those this year. So we will do other things as necessary. And you're always welcome to plan another workshop, and the ambassadors will come in and help you, but you will need to do all of the legwork, all the planning and everything, and then we will come in and assist you as necessary. Remember to watch your trainings. So in the body of the email that you got this link in for this orientation, you will also have a training link to your training. So the requirements were to complete an application, to attend an orientation. This is your orientation. To complete a training. So your training it needs to be completed before you come to the retreat, because we're going to talk about it at the retreat. And then the retreat is that last part. And then you're a full-fledged ambassador for that year once all of those things are completed. Until you have completed all components, then you will not be officially an ambassador for the 2025-2026 year. So it's very short and sweet. But that's what our goals are for this year, and that's how we're going to run the ambassador program. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.